Dear Diary, I know I disappeared for a while, especially last year. But wow, life has been a lot. Crazy, chaotic, a little heartbreaking, but also full of moments that made my heart full. Time really flew by. Let me take you through everything that happened during my first year working at the hospital. Honestly, I even brought snacks because I know this is going to be a long entry. So, let's rewind a bit, shall we? It all started when I passed the board exam in December 2023. It felt like a thorn in my heart suddenly disappeared after seeing my name on the list of passers. Years of studying, stressing, and praying, all worth it. Not long after that, I got accepted into a hospital. Yes, that one in Pasig. If you know, you know. Let's reminisce the baby nurse dencel. Entering my professional life in 3, 2, 1. That was January 2024, with my short, curly hair and my favorite overall. I moved out of my family home and into a new city. My parents came with me to help settle in, and that day honestly felt like they were sending me off into the world. I was excited, a little scared, and low-key sad, knowing I wouldn't be with them or my dog every day anymore. I even have a video of my move out vlog if you want to check it out. This hospital was going to be home for the next few months. And me? I pretended to be a responsible adult. Spoiler, I was winging it 99% of the time. The next day, January 4, was my very first day as a nurse. All kilig for the first time in. And yes, I also have a video about it. Training started, alarms, new faces, new protocols, coffee, repeat. I walked through those hospital doors trying to look confident, but my hands were literally sweating through my gloves. I was learning, slowly, sometimes messily, but still, I was learning. On January 13, I took my nurse's oath. For some, it's all about the oath-taking gala. But for me, I save money just to get myself a bouquet. I wore my school uniform, a white skirt, and a pair of pre-loved heels. And honestly, I felt beautiful. Good things kept happening too. I still remember the moment I held my license for the first time. February 15. I stared at it for like 5 minutes straight, like, wait, that's me? I'm official? But that same day, something heavy happened. A betrayal I didn't see coming. I won't go into the details, but I'll say this. It shattered me. I already thought of resigning. I cried. But we grow, we learn, forgive, and move on. And you know what? I'm grateful it happened. Because it gave me clarity that not everyone is meant to walk this journey with me. Don't worry, I have forgiven them. And I have forgiven myself too. Then came the real deal hospital life. Deployment. March 2024 was when I entered the OR. On my first day, March 4, I met amazing people, shift by shift. March 5, my first ambupon. Don't worry, patient was stable. March 7 was my very first scrub in as a nurse, as an OR nurse. March 9, my first major surgery scrub. I was excited and nervous, but I felt alive. There were beautiful moments too, like birthdays, shout out to Doc Jen. Even though I was new, I was invited, and that made me feel included again. There were coffee runs, awkward inside jokes, and quiet little joys that made hard days easier. Moving to a new area felt like a fresh start. In March, I also moved into a new apartment with two of my colleagues. I think I have a video about that apartment somewhere. I'll just leave it in the description box just in case. In April, we had our very first team building. My very first team building. Games, bonding, less stress, and more snacks. We also had an OR outing. Just what we all needed. Then, plot twist. On May 24, I ended up on GMA. Yes, me, on national TV. My TikTok with one of my work besties, Mao, went viral, and suddenly, we were the dancing nurses. It was wild, one for the books kind of moment. And somewhere in all the caves of May, I met someone. Yep, didn't expect that either. June came with new challenges. June 24 was my first time living completely alone. I have never been alone, not even back home. So at first, I was scared. But soon, I started loving the peace, the little routines, dancing in my pajamas like I'm having my own concert. It became my safe space, my little sanctuary. I named it Serene, because that's exactly how it made me feel. Then came the hospital pageant. Yes, I joined, and I won the first runner-up. I wasn't a pageant girly, to be honest. But what really touched me were the patient's words, the kind feedback, the simple thank yous. Those made me tear up more than any crown ever could. Somewhere in between the long shifts and coffee breaks, I was slowly finding myself again. I dyed my hair just because. I started feeling like me. Christmas came with all the parties, the hospital party where I joined a dance competition, and we had a P Awards back moment because we thought we got second, then months later we actually won. Unit celebrations, and of course, Christmas with my family. Then came my first ever holiday duty. It was quiet, kind of lonely, but it helped me see the beauty in the small things. That same shift, I did CPR on a real patient for the very first time. With my cycle, we got a pulse. In that moment, I felt it. My purpose, why I'm here. These little hands, they were made to help save lives. Before I knew it, a year had passed. 1 full year. I celebrated with a new phone, joined a dance class, and looked back with a tired but proud heart. We had another team building, and by then, my workmates weren't just co-workers anymore. They were the kind of people I'd share fries with at 1 a.m. And then came the moment I didn't think I'd be so emotional about. I resigned. Not because I hated it, but because I knew I had done my part. I grew, I learned, I gave so much of myself, and I was ready for the next chapter. I said goodbye, packed up, closed the door, and whispered, "Thank you." My first year taught me how to be brave, how to be exhausted but still try, and how to love a job that sometimes breaks your heart but always finds a way to fill it again. To anyone starting their own journey, whether it's day 1 or day 300, please know you are doing amazing, even if you don't feel it yet. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. See you in the next chapter. Love, Dencel.